Hey everybody, this is Sagar Verma from Tulip. Today I'll be walking over this new integration that we built with SAP S4 HANA Cloud. And I built a quick unit test application showcasing that integration. We built multiple endpoints integrating with different APIs that SAP S4 HANA offers as a part of their SAP API Business Hub. A few to list a few of those. First one is a material stock API that we've integrated with. Then there is MRP API, material requirement planning API, planning order API, production order API, and finally inspection lot API. Let's quickly begin to showcase all the integration and how it works within Tulip. So the first API that I spoke about is the Material Master API. The purpose of this connector is to fetch all the information on all the material available within different plants within your production facility. So this here, you can either pull information on a specific material by feeding in the material over here, or the material base unit as well, or I can get all the information that SAP can return to me. Just a quick point here, this integration is built with SAP's sandbox environment, so it's not a production environment or it's not a test environment. So all the information is mostly around being a demo data. So let's say it's gonna be returning me random information. So if I look at the first material over here, let's say this is the material that I want to work with. I go next. As you can see, I've selected a specific material. Now I want to pull in specific details on the material that I've selected, getting all the material stock details by ID. You could also do it directly by passing in the material that you want to have information on. This is just a way to showcase how you can do the same within Tulip. So when I get the information, you can see I get all the information on the material base unit, the plant, supplier, SD documents. These are different fields that we're pulling in. Again, you can customize it based on your specific use case, but we're right now pulling in all the different headers that are returned by SAP's sandbox environment. So moving forward, again, then another mode, another endpoint that SAP offers is by pulling in on the material master in the account mode. So what we do is we get information. I think it's kind of similar to how we pulled all the different materials, but a different endpoint depending on what specific use case somebody might have. As I said, this is more or less pulling all the different materials that are available in your production facility. So the next endpoint that we built here is for the material requirement, material master endpoint. It's going to pull in all your material. This is important from a material requirement planning perspective, capacity planning perspective, which we'll soon look into when we get into pulling in planned orders. Very straightforward. At this point, all these endpoints that we built are in terms of getting all the information that SAP Sandbox return. The only caveat here is SAP Sandbox doesn't let you write back to the database, but you'll be able to do that right from Tulip once you connect your production instance to Tulips. So I select a material. I can enter a filter ID to get, let's say this is another one. This is another endpoint for supply demand. You can enter here. All you have to do is you can enter a specific column that you want to filter it by. Let's say I want to just filter it by my plant. So I go MRP plant. I enter 1710 and I get the information. So you can filter the records right within Tulip. It should show up. It takes a while because it's pulling in a lot of information. Sandbox returns a lot of information, so it takes slightly longer. But you can see how I was able to filter it by the MRP plan. Similarly, you can filter it by any of the columns over here. Again, this is a standard part of supplying filters within Tulip's connector once you connect with SAP S4 HANA Cloud. Moving on to more important things here, I think the API planning order API is critical. In terms of capacity requirement planning, pulling in all the planned orders that are available, the ones that need to be released within SAP. Before they hit production, these are different statuses that the workflow goes for releasing production order. So if I look at all the information that is available for different material, different plant order materials, so you have different materials that are being returned by the sandbox environment, the planning order number, the material name, bill of operations, capacity requirement, number, and then customer, fixed supplier, total quantity of that specific plant order, scheduling type. So this is all the information that is being returned by SAP's endpoint. There are more headers that is being returned by SAP. And I think it really depends on what your specific use case here is. But let's say we'll be working with plan order 39 for FG233. Again, I think like another endpoint that you could work with. The other one was pulling in all the information on all the planning orders that are available. But leveraging this step over here within Tulip, just by passing in your ID, you can basically pull in all the information as well from SAP's SAP sandbox. As I said, you can definitely integrate with your production instance of SAP. What we're doing here is to provide you all those endpoints right out of the box, so you can have them available in your instance, and you can be up and running with the integration with SAP over here. Very quickly, another endpoint that we targeted is the planning order capacity, to pull in to understand what the capacity requirement is in different work centers and different plants. So that's one of the endpoints, since we're working with a specific we're working with the specific planning order number 39, so it's pulling in the information for that specific ID. So that's one thing over here. The other endpoint, another way you can leverage the similar information that we just saw, is by providing different filters. By adding in plan order 39, this number. If I go back and if I get the capacity requirement, which is this one over here. Again, as this is all demo data, I need to pull in all the information, and if I get that, I get it right here. So you see how by providing different fields and filters, you can get all the information for a specific order, which is pretty interesting. And then fetching the different components of the planning order, which is important. So if I get the information over here, it's going to give me all the different components that this planning order has under them, the different BOMs, the different base units, the required quantities, the bill of material, and more stuff. So this is something that our customers can leverage for sure if they have specific use cases where they want to integrate or have endpoints for planning orders. And finally, I think it's similar to the previous one. Just adding more filters and pulling in the different components that are available for a planning order. So if I go next, I see the different fields: plan order, reservation item. So if I select those, I can pull specific information by providing these filters. And yeah, you can do it right within your Tulip application using the endpoints that we provide you. And I think unit test application here would be very useful to get you up and running. The next one is critically important from Tulip's perspective, with our customers using production orders on the shop floor. And I think the first endpoint here is pulling in all the production orders that are available in a manufacturing facility. So you see how different production orders being returned till there are some 10 pages over here. So I think SAP's sandbox has a lot of information, a lot of demo information that it returns. So let's say if I have to work on this manufacturing order number over here, I go next. The other one is, again, you can supply and pull information specifically by providing the manufacturing order number and get information on different specific fields depending on what your use case here is. So first is getting all the list of the production orders, then you're supplying the specific manufacturing order number or production order number, and pulling in the details that you have to. As I said, I think SAP returns a lot of information. It really depends on your use case, what you really want to, what information you want to pull into your Tulip application. The next one is just how we saw for components for planning order. This is production order components as well, which is super critical as well to pulling in all the component information that is available within the production order. Earlier we pulled in all the master header data for the production orders. And again, we're working on the same manufacturing order, so you can supply your manufacturing order and you can pull in all the information over here, different components for that particular production order, different plans, the storage location, the BOM item, and other things as well. So moving forward, we did the header data on the production order. We did the components, and now we've also integrated or have an endpoint by pulling in different operations under the production order for a specific one over here, and it's going to return different components here. Let me just expand this a bit. Sorry about that. Yeah, manufacturing order category, operation actual execution days. Order internal bill of operations item, and there are many more fields, and I think critical is the work centers that this manufacturer order is assigned to. So this is super critical. You can pull in specific information on a production order, the work centers that are assigned to the specific production order to be worked on, and you can dive deep into the specific work center, the details of that specific work center, because there are many other endpoints that SAP also offers that you can integrate with to pull information on specific work centers as well. This one is here pulling in all the production order items, which is specific items of a PO. Again, we're working on the specific PO, getting another information. Again, I think these are behind the scenes on our connector function level. You'll see these are different endpoints that we've integrated within SAP's API Business Hub. SAP offers out of the box very straightforward APIs that you can integrate with very, very quickly using Tulip, Tulip's connectors. This is a good starting point to look into those endpoints, and then you can definitely customize those endpoints within Tulip itself, which is very straightforward, and you can be up and running with a quick integration with SAP's S4 HANA Cloud. So these are different production order items that this endpoint kind of returns. I think finally looking at we integrated with production order status as well. It is super important in terms of when an operator is working on the floor and let's assume that they've completed a specific production order. In terms of writing back to SAP, there needs to be a specific flow that you have to follow in terms of the statuses that SAP is already updated with. And that's important. So you have to pull in all the different statuses that are available right now in SAP. And since this is a sandbox environment, but if you're working with your test environment or your production environment, after you pull in the list of statuses that are available for a production order, you can select if it's completed, and you can write that information back to SAP, and your production order can be closed right from your Tulip application. So that's a super important use case for our customers. So we wanted to showcase that. So we've built an endpoint pulling in the different statuses that a specific production order has currently gone through. Finally, as I said before, the other one is the inspection lot API that we pulled in terms of when the material comes in and what are the different inspection lots that they can go through, different information on specific inspection lot, different inspection lot objects that you can go over. So this is a quick integration with SAP S4 HANA Cloud that I wanted to showcase. If you guys are interested, please feel free to get in touch with our customer account executive, or go on support.tulip.co. Just search SAP and you'll be able to get all the information on the documentation of this API as well. But if you need this this connector right in your instance, please reach out to us and we'll be happy to assist you in whatever way possible to get this connector in your instance and get you up and running. Thank you so much.